Criminals are not born, they are formed. Often by neglect, often because of poor socialization. And the major positive environments in the formative process of our family, sometimes church, and certainly the school.
And it's because of this reality why the government of Jamaica is tightening its reins on the level of security and safety within the nation's schools. In fact, it's a strategic priority.
The Safe School program dates back to 2004. It was revised in 2008 and continues to be reviewed even in 2014.
Under this program, safety and security policy guidelines have been implemented in 164 high schools, 111 all-age, and 86 junior high schools. Further expansion will take place in 595 primary schools starting September this year.
This all in an effort to highlight appropriate values and attitudes expected of students, as well as to sharpen their understanding of the dead-end nature of gang involvement, as well as to reinforce positive and law-abiding behavior patterns.
The work is driven by trained police personnel called school resource officers, who are strategically placed in learning institutions to maintain law and order. They are supported by deans of discipline, of which there are currently 110, with plans for more to be appointed. The Education Ministry is also working with schools to ensure all of them have a functional security and safety committee. The committees are driven by in-house and outside stakeholders, from teachers, guidance counselors, and chairmen of school boards, to officials from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
That group would assist the school to take care of many of the challenges that do occur. The manual guides the principal of how to proceed with a lot of issues. For instance, the principal has to ensure that the school campus or the school premises is safe, and they are mandated by the policy to effect searches in the schools to search for weapons, contrabands.
It is the right of any school official to appropriately search a student in order that we can forestall once and for all the carriage of dangerous weapons or any other kind of contraband in the school. School is no place for ganja, for tobacco, for liquor, for knife, let alone for gun.
In terms of the number of fights, the number of weapons being found in the schools, they're on the decline. And this is as a result of the strategies that have been employed by the Ministry of Education through the Deans of Discipline, along with the other stakeholders who work in the school environment.
Checks and balances are carried out by security and safety in school officers who visit schools regularly to ensure the appropriate measures are being carried out. In January 2014, Minister Ronald Thwaites tabled a paper in Parliament on a preventative initiative in schools to ameliorate Jamaica's crime problem. This resulted from an education and crime study done by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which showed the links between the negative behavior patterns of children and their latter antisocial conduct. Some schools were identified as needing the most help under the school-wide positive behavior intervention and support program.
This is not to place scores of blame on anyone. It is simply to indicate those where the greatest help is necessary.
A behavior management committee was created to spearhead a range of efforts in the most affected schools. This started in February.
The students who principals find are difficult to maintain in class are now being subject, or will now be subject, to intense counseling, to intense intermediation by professionals in order that their behavior may be properly analyzed and corrected where possible.
The Education Ministry is also leading the charge to expand and revamp uniformed groups in schools right across the island to help reduce the level of violence among students and build morale.
it helps, the drill, the displays, the training helps in discipline. And we feel that that will help not just giving the youngster for school, but a lifelong disciplinary young man that is going out into society.
Through the National Parenting and Support Commission, parents and community members are also being targeted to assist in ensuring safety within and around the nation's schools. Meanwhile, the physical infrastructure at schools is being shored up. Through targeted policies and practical applications, the Education Ministry and its many partners is on a mission to improve security and safety within the nation's schools, providing students with the right environment to work hard and excel.
Everyone connected with the school experience must be held accountable. No one could ever state that it is the purview of teachers alone. It is not, or of principals. It involves a combination of home, community, and school. But the school is the locus. It is the place where the greatest degree of attention, presence, resources, including that, where necessary and appropriate, of the security forces, can coalesce.